Hi guys, it's Alan Jones, the author of To Wrestle with Darkness, and I guess the film or producer of the Relationship Economics series. I wanted to speak just briefly on the situation this past Friday, which didn't get as much press as maybe it should have gotten. The federal government filing suit against Goldman Sachs. Basically, they're bringing up charges accusing them of fraud. And I guess I just wanted to briefly explain what they're being accused of. Basically, the fraud was that they designed a certain security to market and sell. They bundled up a bunch of bad loans, because some of you may remember what happened was they monetized the mortgage process. Basically, people issuing loans would then bundle loans together and sell them. Well, then the banks would buy them, and basically everyone made money on the transactions, and no one really cared whether the loans actually ever got paid or not. Ergo, that's why so many people were granted negative amortization loans and zero balance, just a whole bunch of crazy stuff, no credit needed loans for houses and things, because people issuing the loans didn't care. Okay, that's one thing. That's not really the issue they're being accused of. But after they realized that a lot of these loans were not going to pay out, and that there was a reverse in the home mortgage loan, not just in this quote subprime market, but also in the rest of the real estate market, that valuations were falling, they realized that these assets weren't worth the paper that they were written on. So what they're being accused of doing is bundling all this together in a particular product, is what they call it, a type of investment, which is usually pretty opaque to the person buying it. They bundled up this product, these different mortgages, bad mortgages they thought were from California, Nevada, and Florida, where the prices had gone really high. Things selling, bungalows selling for $500,000, in these different places, two-bedroom houses for $500,000 and up. And they bundled these things up, and they're worth like $250,000, $200,000 and dropping. They bundled these loans up, put them together in like a mutual fund essentially, and said, hey, buy shares in this investment. Okay, now the fraud part is that they knew that these loans were going to go bad, and they knew that this investment product that they were selling was going to tank. And what they did was they took out insurance against the insurance on these investment products, betting that they would go bad. In other words, if this thing failed, it's like someone taking out life insurance on you and giving you strychnine. They're selling people strychnine. Everybody they sell strychnine to, they're going to take a life insurance policy out on them so that they can collect when the people go, tango uniform. So that's what they're being accused of. They knew the loan, they knew that these products were bad, they knew that they were going to fail, and they took out insurance knowing that they were going to fail, so taking a position against the people they were selling the product to. So the brokers are calling up people saying, buy this, we got this sweet deal for you. All the while, Goldman Sachs knew that it wasn't a sweet deal, but they pushed it anyway. Okay, so that's really what's going on. But I think the big thing is that it's just really incredible that this administration and this Justice Department is going after these guys. Goldman Sachs is really kind of really Wall Street. And I will admit that I had invested in them too, because I thought if anybody's going to be recovering from this, that bank will, because they've got so many connections in the Treasury Department. Gosh, the joke was even made on TV about their legal firm was the Supreme Court justices, basically all the guys on the bench, basically, who are pro-corporate America and giving corporations identity and stuff like that. That's a whole other conversation. Well, allowing corporations to invest without limitation into the political system. So that tells you where Justice Thomas and Scalia and all these guys, where their heads are at. So for this administration to take this pose is like, and I hope nothing bad comes of it, but it really puts a lot of the conspiracy theorists to bed, because it's like our government is standing up to these guys who are the hidden hand, so to speak, that people like to think about. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I think people with common interests behave in like manner. So the people that have money in the world all have similar interests, so it seems like collusion, when really all of them are just trying to get paid. Which brings me to another point. Wall Street, it's really a lot like the street, in a sense, that a lot of this is competition, that these guys, a lot of them don't honestly think they're doing anything illegal. And that's kind of like on the street where someone says, like, a hustler may say, like, they beat somebody out of something. They say, well, if I didn't take it, somebody else is going to take it. And that seems to be the mentality on Wall Street. A lot of 20-something-year-olds who really don't know what they're selling, but they're getting paid, you know, millions of dollars a year to push product. You got people who design the products who know what they're selling, and the executives who are responsible for the products they're selling. These guys know what's going on, but evidently they don't care enough either. So everyone is in this competitive state, and then the morals get shifted. Same thing that goes on the street, that people start to rationalize and start thinking, I have to survive, and then, you know, could you not survive on 100K a year, 200K a year instead of millions a year, that you have to do these things? So that's another question. But anyway, I just wanted to speak on that real briefly. Props to the Obama administration and the Justice Department and our Attorney General for taking this step. And I'm curious how it's going to play out, because if they can get Goldman Sachs, they can get anybody. So it's pretty impressive. That was like kind of a wow moment. So anyway, hope everyone's doing well. Check out the website when you can. The book's really good. You know, people who read the book really like it, but that's a whole different thing. Anyway, guys, take care, be blessed, and stay tuned. Let's see what happens. Bye-bye.